So in this video, we're going to look at string escape characters in JavaScript. In JavaScript, when we're working with strings, sometimes we want to break up the string in some way. We have what's known as escape characters, which we can use to help us with this challenge. There's single quote, double quote, the newline character, and also for backslashes. When you're working with strings, if you want to use a quote within a string, you can't use the same quote marks for the quote inside the string as the ones that you wrap the string in. Let's look at some examples. We'll start by declaring a variable called quote. Inside of this, we'll create a string using double quote marks. This will say, a famous quote is. Now using double quote marks, we'll add in the quote, I think, therefore, I am. When we run this, we get an uncaught syntax error, and the same would happen if we did the same, but we used single quotes, both to enclose the string and the quote. So one way around this problem would be to use a different quote mark for the quote as we do to enclose the whole string. So for example, we could use single quote marks for the quote and double quote marks to enclose the string. Let's create a new variable called second quote. Inside this, we'll store a string enclosed in double quote marks. We'll say, a famous quote is. And now we'll enclose the quote inside single quote marks, and we'll say, I think, therefore, I am. This works. Alternatively though, we could use the string escape character. The string escape character is a backslash and the quote mark we wish to use. Let's create a new variable called newQuote. In this, we'll store a string using double quote marks. We'll say, a famous quote is. And now we'll use the string escape character. So we use a backslash and the double quote marks. We'll say, I think, therefore, I am. And to complete the quote, we'll use another backslash and a quote mark. And then we can also end the string with another quote mark. Another time this is useful is if you want to use apostrophes within the string. Let's create a variable called phrase. We'll store in this a string enclosed in single quote marks. We'll say, you've had 8 cookies. We want to use an apostrophe for you, so we'll use a backslash and the single quote mark to escape this. Now when we run this, we get our string returned with the apostrophe. When you want to break up your string over multiple lines, one option available to us is to use the newline character. We place this where we want the new line to appear. Let's look at an example. We'll create a string with Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This is great and works as expected, but what if we wanted to put each of these words on a new line? In this case, we could use the newline character. Let's try this. We'll say Monday, backslash n, Tuesday, backslash n, Wednesday, backslash n, and then we'll run this. This time, each word is placed on a new line. If you want to use a backslash within your string, you need to use 2 backslash characters. Given we use the backslash, when we use an escape character, we can't just use a single backslash in the string. Let's look at some examples. We'll start by using a string with the text hello, and then a single backslash. We get an uncaught syntax error. As I already explained, we have to use 2 backslashes when we want the string to contain a backslash. Let's try this again. Now we get the string hello returned with our backslash. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more content.